My name's Ryan, and for the last 7 years I've been making surfing tutorials on YouTube to help people learn how to surf and improve their surfing. But the most important lesson I've learned over this period is that surfing doesn't just have the power to improve the quality of our lives, but it also has the power to save our lives. So I've travelled to Perth in Western Australia to catch up with one of my mates who's a Special Forces veteran, having served in both the Special Air Service Regiment and the Commando Regiment in Australia. He's also a passionate surfer, and I know that surfing played a critical role in his recovery post-service. His story doesn't only give hope to veterans, but it also gives hope to anyone out there who's battling with mental illness.
We are designed to be in the sunlight amongst nature, and I think that everyone if they really thought about it, if they were to spend any length of time in the peace and quiet of nature, they would start to become much more calmer and start to be able to rationalise their life. As long as they tuned into what was going on around them and how big this world is and how little we are, then you start to realise that, okay, maybe it isn't as bad as I thought it was. Maybe there's another way to think about this, or there's another way to talk or do, another thing to do about this. And there always is. And surfing's fun. When you're catching a wave, it's fun. It's probably the most fun thing I've done that you can do on a regular basis, that is, besides like jumping out of a plane or something like that. But it never gets boring, surfing, because there's so much variation, so much variety from a day-to-day aspect, even if you're surfing the same break. No two waves are the same, and you have to be reading the conditions all the time. You have to make sure you're in the right spot. You have to, don't get lazy, put the extra 2 strokes in when you're paddling for a wave, otherwise you get left behind. All those sorts of things you've got to think about. And then the challenge of actually saying, okay, this is the wave I want to be really good at. So if you focus on that one break alone, that's enough to fill your days with heaps of ways to think about actually becoming the guy at this break, or the person at this break who's got this break down pat. Just all these sorts of things. You find a way to get yourself out there and challenge yourself, and it never ends. And then you start to realise that your problems aren't as bad as for me, my problems aren't as bad as I thought they were. I'm still conscious. Still got 2 arms, 2 legs, my hands and feet are still working, my brain's still working. I've got an awesome wife and an awesome family, I've got awesome business partners. And that's through that's you being you. The authentic you is a person that people see and want to be with and trust to be your business partner. Well, that says something. So you've got to find those things that say, well, this makes you worthy, this is worth your time, this is worth driving yourself forward for. And what it says is, as often as you can, get outside. And for me, it's surf.
Nick's story is a message of hope for all of us. No matter how big your problems may seem to be, or no matter how big that obstacle is, there is always a way through, and surfing might just be the one thing that you've been missing. If you'd like to learn more about Nick and the Mill Gym, you can check them out on Instagram and at themillgym.com. And if this video has inspired you to want to learn how to surf, you can find a whole range of surfing tutorials on my playlist at The Surfer's Journey. And you can also follow us on Instagram.